What's happening? What it do? Uh, how's it going? Uh, has the emotional swelling gone down yet?
Hell no.
You know,
You need to be trash out all day.
do you feel better? There is 14 games to go in this here season. Just saying. Um,
What going on, y'all?
what's
Mucho, what
happening?
up?
What's happening,
What,
Mucho?
nah, the swelling, it ain't going down. It's going down, but nah, it ain't down yet.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
I'm
I left
just
my I
just
tried.
for
I did all that
just
yesterday.
for my own thought process.
Yeah.
Um, you know, was I expecting that? No.
Hell no.
Um,
Mm-mm.
um, but also at the same time, just as this fan base seems to forget, regardless of what you may think or how you may feel, what I'm saying, about the opponent, they are a professional football team. They get paid, what I'm saying, to play this game just like our guys do. Um, a lot of people are going to be probably giving the side eye for most of what I got to say, or like I ain't studying this shit. It is what it is. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what we do have to remember is this was Michael Penix's sixth game as a professional football player in this here NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Let that wear off. Let that sink in. Sixth game, not a 6 year vet. Sixth game. Uh, with a second year offensive coordinator. Um, everything that could go wrong went wrong on yesterday. Um, you know, uh, there were some things that just should not have happened. But they did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm quite sure by this time most people have saw the the statement that Bijan put out um on the things that happened during the game, and certain specifics. Um, and it kind of goes along as to saying some of what I was thinking while I was watching the game. Um, you know, a lot of people have to remember 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
4 years ago. I'm sorry, when y'all demanded change. Well, this is a part of that change. This is a part of the change.
Mm-hmm.
They
Um,
demanded that change over 4 years ago.
you, you
Mm-hmm.
know, um, coming off of week 1 and 2, the expectation was relatively high, myself included. Uh, you know, but any given Sunday, which is real, any given Sunday, a loss can happen, just like a win can happen. No, they didn't look like no Super Bowl. They didn't look like no Super Bowl team. They just looked like a team that was prepared. Trust, there's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, you know, um, again, we, we we're relatively young. There's going to be growing. We even spoke about this on several occasions. There's going to be growing pains. You know, um, Yesterday happened. It happened, and it was like quicksand. From the first thing that went wrong down to the last, it happened. And to be quite honest, I'd rather it happen now than it happened somewhere down the road and we're in a playoff position, or even in the playoffs for that matter, and to have a game like that. You know, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I'm saying, nothing can be learned from it. You know, it's a learning experience. You have a young offensive coordinator and a young quarterback. And for the first time in the 6 games that in the 6 games that he has played, he looked exactly like a rookie. Point blank. There's no looking for blame. There's no, in my book, there's no searching for, well, you know what I'm saying, who did what wrong. Michael Penix looked exactly like what he is, a rookie, on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from a person that has acknowledged some of the good qualities that he has as a quarterback. But on yesterday, the absolute reality of what he is as a NFL player, starting quarterback for this team, he looked like a rookie.
Well, it's gonna tell how he come back from this.
Well, I I I I think he'll bounce back. Um, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna bounce back like we've seen him bounce back before. Even even in games, you know. But well, right now, right now the Panthers have some semblance of hope to, you know, maybe probably, you know what I'm saying, feel like they arrived a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that was a
Yeah,
momentum boost for him.
I mean, to date, that was the best game they played, and with that being said, with it being the best game they played, it offensively it was not. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, when you look at it and you look at inside the numbers, and I mean, let me see, you had 14 of their points come off turnovers. One was a pick six. Okay, so I mean, you know, I mean, it wasn't like, what I'm saying, they put up 600 yards worth of offense.
Oh, yeah.
You know, say hi to everybody. Uh, D Coleman, what's happening? King, Elijah, Dre, what's good? What's going on? Toxic, how you doing, Mr. Knight? Good to see you, D Sloan. You know,
Evening, yeah.
you know, but I mean, like I said, you had everything that could go wrong went wrong. We was having technical difficulties with the communication. The inside the helmet mic, and the system itself was in and out, which was deterring from, being able to call plays with any kind of, momentum, or any kind of uh consistency, if you will. You know,
Sound like a coaching problem.
I, I mean, well, Look, as a team, everybody lost. The coaching staff lost. The players lost. You know what I'm saying? Me myself, I'm not jumping off a cliff about certain things like everybody else has. Um, and I'm not veering away from my standing on coming into this season. Which is why I'm kind of stoic about this. Um, it's looking like what I predicted at this particular juncture. It's looking like what I predicted may happen. Um, because Arthur has a tendency to yield to public opinion. We've seen that in his history. But know what I saw. I've kind of given some of my thoughts on it. Where it is. But Mucho, give your thoughts on yesterday's game.
Uh, um, yeah, I thought we came out looking really unprepared. I thought we was gonna um come out on a hiatus from the last win and take care of business. But we did not look ready at all. But I mean, looking at the stats and stuff like that, I mean, we out yardage them on offense. They just really they just beat us in the turnover battle. That was pretty much the main thing.
That
Beating
was
us
that
in
was
the
the, that was the
turnover
difference.
battle.
That was the difference in the 360 from winning the turnover battle against Minnesota to losing the turnover battle to Carolina.
Exactly. Yep. Um, I do think we went away from our strength. We did not run the ball like we should have. We seen Bijan average about 5.55 yards a carry. Why didn't we stick to it? Why didn't we
Right.
stick to the bread and butter? What was working? We
Right.
went away from it. Well, yeah, we went away from it from the last game because we came in throwing. And Algier only one carry. That's ridiculous. So yeah, I was disappointed with the with the coaching, putting these players in in position to in position to win. But it's also a lot to do with execution as well.
Right. Jaden,
Sir.
your thoughts on the game?
Uh, my thoughts on the game is all three phases didn't come to play, and it looked like the offense was out of sync. And I know Penix, like I said, Penix just don't make mistakes. But yesterday he just didn't play well. A lot of drop passes, a lot of just it was just bad all the way around. But like I said, man, it's we got plenty of games left, man. The season's not over, but I expect a better performance, going forward.
Down to the special team.
Well, the special teams, boy, I'm like, man, oh come on. It's like nobody came to play yesterday. Nobody.
And I'm not even only talking about the kicks. Like we muffin balls and dropping catches.
Look
There
at
were there were there were a lot of bad throws in that game. A lot of bad throws, unusually bad. according to what I've seen previously from Penix.
Okay.
Under pressure, in the pocket, you know what I'm saying, even on the run, there were a lot of bad throws.
Hey, OG, look at Dre Wood's comment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With that red suit or that gray suit with the red tie in that game. Oh boy.
That goes into according to the last comment that I made
Mm.
um about concerning Raheem, because he had Blank has a tendency to yield to public opinion and public pressure. And then you throw in um a lot of what went on during training camp and preseason in the locker room, and the how the players have moved according to a certain particular coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm not backing off from what I said coming into this season. And uh it's looking like it's going that way. I I I feel like if we lose either one of these next two home games, we are probably going to see a coaching change. And that's just the temperament in the field of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a lot. I mean, and not even defending it, but I'm just saying. So you as a coach or whatever, and you see somebody that you coach or on the opposing team, you know what I'm saying, and y'all greet each other, you know what I'm saying, holler at each other, whatever, and hey, what's happening? Y'all smile at each other, whatnot. I'm not even feeding into that, or making no assumption, I mean, because what I saw from him in the locker room after the game, there was no smiles. But no one's talking about that though.
You talking about after the game yesterday?
Yeah.
I ain't. Are you? I ain't see that.
And everybody's making all this big old hoop to do deal, you know what I'm saying? It was talking to one of the Panther players, which he was new coach, you know what I'm saying, it has history with, and they was having a conversation and he was grinning and everybody, how you gonna be smiling after a loss? I'm like, bruh, it's okay, yeah, we got our ass kicked.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be on suicide watch?
No.
I mean, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, again, like I said, no one even bothered to mention the locker room speech.
Are you talking about after that Minnesota game?
No, I'm talking about after yesterday's game.
Locker
Yeah,
room.
I didn't
I,
see it or
I ain't
hear it.
see it. I ain't even see that.
Nobody, it was no smiling there, and it was straight and direct to the point. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers got to do better. We got to do better. And a loss like this is unacceptable.
And I
But
just
no one's talking about that.
and I just saying they don't have Zach Robinson on the field now. They should have been doing that. Zach should have been on. Let me be honest. Zach
I mean,
Robinson.
well, okay, he's been on the sidelines. Matter of fact, he was on the sidelines in week 1 and 2. I
Oh, he
mean,
was.
you know what I'm saying? But he was in the booth, which I don't think it necessarily, you know what I'm saying, made a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it just wasn't our fucking day. Point blank, it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Bucks race, Bo, what's happening? You know, sound better when you say it, bro. Sound better when you say it. You know, I'm not even gonna necessarily say that. It just a lot of shit started out bad, and it went like quicksand. One thing after another went wrong. From communication equipment malfunctions. You know what I'm saying, to a bad play. Then there was another bad play, and then what I'm saying, it went downhill. And then at every point where it seemed to get some type of momentum trying to get back, something else went wrong. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. 30-0. All right. And what I'm saying, I could pick out a myriad of games from last year and the year before that was worse than that one. I mean, but you know, it, you know, it, the question is, how do you respond as a team?
Yeah.
How do you respond? Because a large part of what everyone's missing or not taking it into account, okay, Michael Penix Jr. is a rookie, not a 6-year vet. This was his 6th game as a professional football player. And like I said from the start, like I said to start the show, he looked exactly just that on yesterday. He looked exactly like a rookie. Him and Zach Robinson both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, you know what I'm saying. In growth, there are setbacks. In growth, there are pains.
Right.
In growth, nothing is gonna ever be perfect. There were some horrible throws on yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the 4 passes thrown to Mooney were horrible throws.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Damn near every pass that was thrown to Drake was a horrible throw.
Mm-hmm.
2 of the 6 to Pitts were horrible passes.
And that was like two to Ray Ray.
Yeah. One which almost got his block knocked off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you know, it was week 3. There's 14 games to go in this season. You know. Yes. Yes, Mr. Knight. Yes. 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 He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't try to put no sugar on it. You know, it was poor effort, poor performance. I got to do better for myself and this team. And with that, I mean, again, he looked like exactly what he is, a rookie. He looked like the quarterback who, as we tore out the frame on last week. I'm just calling it for what the situation is. You know what I'm saying? And with with Zach Robinson, um, he's gonna have to get in the lab. He's gonna get, you know what I'm saying, with the film and you know and come up with some ways to make things, less complicated. Um, you're gonna have to learn how to stick with what works, no matter the situation. And I mean, because like right now, that's what he's gonna have to do as far as play calling goes. Is go with what works, and what works is the running game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know, uh, defensively, it's when you spend a lot of time on the field, you get what you get.
Yeah, I actually thought the defense made quite a bit of stops to give our
Yeah,
offense
yeah.
um
The defense
opportunity.
was trying to keep us in the game. The defense was trying to keep us in the game. Yes, they were. They made some stops. They made some stops. They made some plays.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
were that bend but don't break type of defense.
but like I said, when things are good, when you in that quicksand, it's like the more you fight, the worse it get. You know, and like I said, fans need to be patient with him because this is what you all wanted. Matt Ryan isn't coming back to save the day anymore. Facts, 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 facts. You know, and also to that. All y'all out here that's trying to feed the drama. No, there's not going to be any quarterback controversy.
No,
No, it's not. Michael Penix
Yeah.
Jr. is the starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons.
end of
Period.
story.
There's no of that. Now that right now, that was another thing that I was just about to get to. Um, the ref, that was a hard, especially in the first half. That was a horribly called game by this officiating crew.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was, it was, and that from that standpoint, that game does need to be protested because that was some bullshit. That was a lot of holding that wasn't called. There were about three or
Yeah.
four. That was about 3 or 4 pass interference that were not called. Two on which that should have been called for Mooney. Okay, that was just horrible officiating. Horrible, you know. But
And I
like I
think we
said,
only had like 3 flags thrown against us though.
yeah, yeah. We minimize, the penalties. We minimize the penalties, but like it just like I said, that quicksand. You know, the way Kirk played, we may not get shit for him. He looked like that like game all of. I,
Man,
I mean, look,
Kirk was regular.
even what I'm saying, without that, we were not gonna, you know, saying get anything from him for him. I mean, because everybody else around the league saw, um, last season, and then the little media campaign he went on, throwing the team up under the bus and all of that there. And nobody want that in their locker room. Nobody want that in their franchise. At best for him, when this season is over with, if blackballed it was a picture, he's gonna be it.
You talking about Kirk?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know what the
yeah.
hell
No,
he's playing for.
The bullshit that he, little media campaign that he went on during the off season, every little talk show, or what I'm saying, his segment in the little 3 quarterback show on Netflix that they made a thing now. And all go back, if you ain't seen it, go back and look at all of what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nobody is gonna pick Kirk Cousins up. Nobody is gonna make a deal for him.
If all he need to retire.
There are 2 teams that need a quarterback now. Okay, the mirror. Okay, who was it? Carson Wentz got picked up. Okay,
He looked good yesterday.
yeah.
He sure did.
Again, I said it. I said it when Cincinnati went out and got Desmond Ritter. Y'all remember that show I had?
Yeah.
On that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If there's a market for Desmond Ritter, that should tell you everything that you want to know about what the rest of the league think about Kirk Cousins.
And you know I don't believe this. The Minnesota Vikings end up picking him up.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there is no market for Kirk Cousins.
Kirk need to go on and retire, man.
He man, and yeah, he'll retire when the season over with.
Just like this. Just like how Aaron Rodgers said he don't retire, Kirk need to join him. Just saying.
I mean, well, Aaron Rodgers had value and has value even at going on 40. You know what I'm saying? But Kirk, you know what I'm saying? There is no market for him. And he did it to himself and us. From the Netflix segment to Good Morning Football on the NFL Network, to Good Morning Atlanta, and all the other little damn football shows and shit. And he was disrespectful. He shirked blame, admitted to being selfish and costing us those 4 games on last year, playing hurt. You know, all of that, and you know what I'm saying, and I was, wanting, you know what I'm saying, to play, and keep my position. Nothing about the team, and when he did speak about the team, it wasn't in a positive light. Everybody saw that. Everybody watched that. So all of y'all around here that do it ain't got nothing to do with the money he makes. It has everything to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
When you fuck a team over and cost the team a season, then make excuses, and then finally and admit the truth, and see it, and you see him for what the selfish prick that he is. There's not a owner, a GM, or a coach is going to vie for any of that. You know what I'm saying? So, all of that there, when the season is over with and that contract is over with, ain't nobody gonna pick that up. He's gonna be isolated, out in the cold, blackball, looking for an analyst job somewhere.
I have a question though. Do y'all think that was the right move? To take Penix out and
It was over with. It was
let
over
Kirk
with.
finish it out.
It was over with. We wasn't at that point. We wasn't. There was, like I said, that we was drowning in the quicksand. take him out. You know what I'm saying? Live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no need in
Getting him
subjecting.
hurt.
Possibly getting hurt.
Yeah.
Or even remotely doing any, what I'm saying, low key mental damage, if you will. Look, there was an ass whipping. It had gone bad. You know what I'm saying? It was 2-3 picks. What was going to happen? Was he going to throw 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter? No. Take him out, pat him on the back. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? We'll go back, regroup. You know what I'm saying? Reset and try it again next week. That's just it on that. That just that's what it is on that.
You can see it on them boys' faces on the sideline. Them boys, they were not happy.
Of course not. You're not gonna be happy in a situation like that.
They
Nothing
were
went right.
heated, boy.
Nothing went right.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing went right. You know what I mean? I mean, what defensively? What is it that we could have done better?
What could we done?
Not play 10 yards off the ball.
Right. You seen a lot of that cover 3 crap yesterday, which I can't stand when we do that.
Well, I mean,
Tackle better.
Here's where I'm looking at Albrecht and I'm like, what happened, bro? I mean,
Yeah.
What happened to the all out assault, the aggressiveness? What happened?
Yeah, nobody came to play.
I get it. We was missing somewhat of a major piece off that D with AJ, but I think D Awful did a pretty good job.
OG, is that the reason why they released CJ Henderson today?
We cut CJ Henderson.
Yeah, he done, brother. They cut him from the practice squad. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
I don't know. I don't know unless there's another move in mind.
Because I'm gonna be honest, OG.
Because
AJ not playing Sunday.
I know he's not playing. I told y'all that
he don't play.
it's gonna. He's not. AJ's not gonna be back until after our bye week.
Yep.
Week 6 or 7 at best.
Yeah, I actually think But speaking on the offense, he held his own yesterday. I gotta give him his credit.
Then we pick somebody up. Then we pick somebody up.
I didn't.
I'm not sure. I thought I saw that somewhere that we picked somebody up, but I'm not sure. That may have been the reason for the Henderson cut.
I didn't even see it. I didn't even see who we.
I thought I saw that somewhere where we put, but I mean, I don't know. I'm right now. I guess there's something. If there's going to be a personnel move, in response, you know what I'm saying, to that, trust you, when Wednesday roll around through here, something to be official. If not, we just we'll be going, I guess, going with what we got, and going back to the drawing board, going into next week, because from what I'm understanding, Jaden Daniels is probably going to be out next week as well.
So basically, you don't see Martin Mariota.
Yeah.
Well, I say, man, we gotta.
I mean, as far as the schedule goes, I mean, you're okay. We're coming home. We're gonna be at home the next 2 games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, this is just was not a time for a Homer Simpson moment, because that's what this game was. This was a Homer Simpson moment, because um, with with the communication equipment problem, there should have been a backup plan for the backup plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we looked like a rookie coaching staff on yesterday with that situation. Um, at best, what should have happened is, MPJ should have been given the wristband and gone out there and let him go for what what I'm saying, he was comfortable with. You know, that's what should have happened. You know, that because I just a lot of especially in the third quarter, I just did not understand the play calling. I didn't I didn't I didn't understand it. I'm like, why are we not running the ball? I mean, to and that first possession, why were we not running the ball?
You talking about the yeah, I was trying to figure out, OG, why did we start the game pass heavy?
Well, I'm talking about the second half.
I don't know because that's
You know what I'm saying? They come out and they say had that first possession. I'm like, why are we not running the ball?
then Penix.
I mean, you could see in the play calling the panic button has been pushed.
Yeah,
I'm like, why are we not? You want to stabilize the offense? Run the fucking ball.
that's simple, bro. It's our identity.
I mean, but it's like I said, I'd rather this happen now than in a situation where saying we done right the ship, and we're you know in a situation to close out, or what I'm saying, or in a playoff game or whatever, and it happens then. I just growth, you know, pains. You know what I mean? This was a painful one. Um, I mean, the reality of the situation is we are 1-2. Those two in the division. Um, shoot. Uh, Coleman says even after that second pick is still early in the third. 17-0 is bad, but not bad enough to completely abandon the run, especially since that's all you had. Facts. Facts. That was my whole mindset. And I'm like, why are we throwing the ball? We should have opened up the third to to establish the run, stabilize offense, you know what I'm saying? You know, get the run game. Make them come out of whatever it was they were doing in past defense. Make them show they nose, show they hand against the run game. You know what I'm saying? To get us into our goddamn lane. But you completely abandoned the run, went one dimensional, and it was like a motherfucking mudslide off of Mount Everest. It's you gave a team more momentum calling plays that were just not conducive to getting any type of momentum. when you should have reestablished the run.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, um, I mean, it's just game flow dictates play calling. That right there, you should have reestablished the run. I'm just like, ugh.
Why do we go away from what's working? Did somebody me
Trying to be
Yeah.
cute.
trying to be cute at the wrong time?
No, I don't think it was just trying to be cute. I just think that you matched the panic button.
I don't understand that. I don't. So was that
You
the reason
matched the
why?
panic button. Okay, we down 17 nothing. That is not unreachable. In the third, all right, 2 touchdowns. We put up a touchdown and maybe a field goal. You're down a touchdown. Let the defense stand up. You know what I'm saying? Get a defense momentum by putting some points on the board. You know what I'm saying? You know, and crawl back in it bit by bit. There is no play in nobody's playbook that you get 17 points back on one play.
And I have to say, I think the screen does work. It just doesn't work when we consistently doing it. They know what we're doing.
See, here's where I hate it. I hate it, but here's where I agree with Mad Mike, because that the play calling in the third, it was weird. It was weird, and I feel like that Raheem, that was some Raheem Morris shit. I feel like that was some Raheem Morris shit.
What's that?
The offensive play calling in the third quarter, I feel like that was some Raheem Morris shit.
Didn't I tell you he was on when he don't insert his way in there?
And we you basically killed your offensive coordinators, you know what I'm saying, momentum of the first two games.
Yeah.
You basically killed that. So basically, what you're saying is the moment shit gets shaky, you're gonna jump
Yep.
in and put your 2 cents in and make it worse.
Exactly.
Now, here's where my microscope is gonna be at. All right, let's say coming up, we win these next two games by the recipe of how we were playing the first two games.
Uh-huh.
It's
So
gonna be in it. That's gonna be an out loud indictment.
yep.
It's going to
Hmm.
be an out loud indictment.
And I see some interesting news that Zach Robinson will move from the coach's box to the sideline in week 4.
Should have been. Yeah. I mean, that.
Last week snap count: Charlie 56, Tegan 15. Yesterday, Charlie 14, Tegan 7. They were never going to run it. That was woo. Yeah, that was some Raheem Morris shit. Because again, Zach was on the run game. You know, um, the run game, making dot, you know, what I'm saying, mindful of, offensive adjustments. Those first two games, there was no adjustments nowhere in yesterday's game.
No phase. No, all three phases.
And if this is what it if this is exactly what it smells like to me, I It stinks to high heaven of Homer Simpson. It stinks. Um, and again, I say it again. We lose either one of these next two upcoming home games. There'll be a culture change in the bye week. It will. It will. It will. Because the running game to dictate the game flow is Zach Robinson, and it did in the first two games. We went completely left from the run game.
Yeah, the
And
run game.
that stinks of some Raheem Morris bullshit. You know, yeah. Y'all can throw some questions up in the chat if y'all want, you know what I'm saying, you want, you know what I'm saying, us to give an opinion on, you know what I'm saying, something that you might have on your mind. You're more than welcome. Give y'all some, you know what I'm saying, some feedback. D.
Yeah,
Coleman said Ray snap count last week was 14, this week 46. Now, what in the entire fuck did Zach see that made him say we need 3 times as much as Ray? I don't think it was. I don't think it was Zach, bro. I think it was. I think that was Raheem. I think that was Raheem. I really do. I don't think it was that. I really don't. Because if you look at how Zach adjusted in week 1 and week 2 with things that were working, and then to not, I don't see him not making any adjustments any way, shape, form, or fashion in this game. I don't see him doing that, especially coming off those first 2 games. I
yeah,
just don't see it.
yeah. They saying it has a lot to do with with the communication issues, which is one of the reasons why he's coming to the sidelines next week or this week.
Hell, he was on the sideline week 1 and 2.
Oh, he was.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see the week 1 game, but week 2 I did see him on the sideline. So I'm like, why in the entire fuck did it take y'all that long to get the damn play in?
I mean, with the communication equipment, whatever was going on with that, and and then again, like I said, that should have been a backup to the backup. If all else fails, you throw the wristband on MPJ and let him go for broke. You know what I'm saying? What he's feeling, what was comfortable for you know what I'm saying with him. Um, you know, what I'm saying. I mean, but look, it happens. Man.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a quarterback that we signed?
No. Shit, we don't know. He said he
Hmm.
was box.
He was in the box last week
Yeah, he was.
and week 1.
Yeah.
That what y'all saying? Okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
That I stand corrected. I mean, but
Mucho, I hope we ain't signed no damn quarterback.
It's a. I'm
Hold on.
reading something that said the Falcons signed the former Dallas Cowboy quarterback Ben DiNucci.
We've been done that. He gone.
yeah,
That's old. He's
that's
that
he on the practice squad.
That's what
on
I'm saying. Yeah.
practice squad. Yeah.
Yeah, Danucci on the practice squad.
Oh, Eastern Stick was the one that I tracked.
Yeah, yeah, we cut stick. Um, but
Yeah, all our practice squad players already taken care of. That's been done.
yeah, I mean, it's oh man. Look, yeah, headache driven. Um, you know, I I my own thoughts. You know, like I said, Penix looked exactly like what he is, a rookie. You know, I mean, while everybody's jumping off the cliff about certain things, we have to take a lot of the reality of our situation. We're a relatively young team, okay. And this is the reality. This is part of that monumental change that y'all was, thumping your chest about. You know what I'm saying, a few seasons ago. You know what I'm saying, and you not gonna skip player development, and you not gonna skip growing pains.
Hey, OG, here was the excuse yesterday. Now they talking about they want to put Turk back in. Talking about this Penix ain't ready.
What?
That's bruh. I'm not
Yeah,
bullshit. I said
yeah.
I don't know what the fuck y'all.
I've heard a lot of I was never impressed or what I'm saying, cared for Michael Penix Jr. I don't think he was ready to begin with and all this old stuff. Okay. All right. People are entitled to feel how they want to feel.
OG Mucho. I got a question for y'all. Since when is and being an entitled fan ever won you a championship? Can y'all answer that for me?
Look, being a fan, period, has never won you a championship. I mean, so entitled or not, it doesn't
Man,
matter.
this fan base never seems to
You know
surprise.
what I'm saying? We got to put the as a coach, as a coaching staff, you got to put these players in a position to succeed and excel. You have to your vision. You also have to have the right players to suit your vision. Okay, and to exact that vision, you have to call the plays that work.
Yep.
You know, what up, ATL? Not too much. You just it's Monday. In some parts, it's overreaction Monday. Um, what's good? What's good, my friend? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It just to give you a quick recap because y'all just getting in. Um, um, my thought on yesterday's game was that Penix looks exactly like what he is, and that's a rookie. Him and our offensive coordinator. Um, this game stinked of Raheem Morris not making adjustments. Um, and in the reality of it, you know, this game was like a bucket of quicksand. You know what I'm saying? What could go wrong went wrong. You know, it's the fact that we got fucked like booty talk 32 yesterday is just pitiful. I mean, you know, we Eagles or Bucks. I mean, it is what it is. Bucks raise boats. Uh, right now, just situationally wise, I'm gonna be kind of pressed to see, what I'm saying, the Eagles bust them upside the head. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for tuning in. But I'm gonna be hard pressed, what I'm saying, for the Eagles to beat y'all. You know what I'm saying? So we give us some kind of chance, to kind of not let the gap widen and keep pace.
Yeah.
Um, you know, Um, but just as a football fan, it's gonna be a game to see. Just being what I'm saying from a football fan perspective, because both teams are playing some good football. They're just keeping it a buck, no pun intended. You know, what I'm saying. So, to it's gonna be interesting. For tonight's throwdown, I'm gonna be watching to see if the Lions can give me something to talk about tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, you better have something else to talk about tomorrow too, though.
What is that?
About Mister You Know Who tonight if he fucked up.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, they don't
They
hate
play
your
the Lions tonight.
well, they don't hate your ass. Even worse.
They play the Lions tonight.
Oh yeah. But I'm saying them motherfuckers don't hate your ass.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't be all in your comment section saying all types of
Uh,
shit.
And thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for tuning in. Uh, you know, try to give you all what I'm saying, plenty to give you some entertainment, some information, some perspective. Try to keep it as authentic as I possibly can. Uh, um, you know, and and give you my honest perspective on things. You know what I'm saying? Try to keep it 100 as much as I probably possibly can. And look, and the 21 people that are tuned in to watching me, hit that like button for me, please and thank you. I can't express it any more than I always have. I try to, let you guys know that I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you, for locking in. I appreciate you, for doing what you do to tune in, to watch you because Miss White Network, Sports T Network does not go without you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I try to, give you all some interesting topics and give you stuff from my perspective. You know what I'm saying? And even engage, in what you may think and give me my perspective on that as well. You know, so I appreciate it. Buck said, "Do you believe in Baker Mac?"
Lord have mercy.
you know,
It's good right now.
never once. I'm gonna give you the same perspective that I used to give. You know what I'm saying? Because I have some family members that are Saints fans. I got some old classmates that are Saints fans. You know, and as a Falcon fan, yes, I hated Drew Brees, but I respected him because he was a hell of a quarterback. Okay, and I just kept it honest. You know what I'm saying on that. Um,
Speaking of New Orleans,
I
you was
yeah,
right all along, man.
nope. We're gonna leave lunch pail where it is.
Lunch what?
Okay. Baker Mayfield coming out of college, I thought he was a good quarterback, and I thought he would be a great quarterback given the right situation. There was a chance for it to be that in Cleveland, but they fumbled the ball on that. They really did. It looks like Baker has landed and found a home down there with you all in Tampa. He's good. He's a good to great quarterback.
He playing good ball right now.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and he is. He played good ball last year.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, he's doing his thing. He's playing some ball. He's making all the right decisions. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna go to get into believing Baker magic and all that. That's for you all. But I'm just
Oh,
giving you my
doggone
perspective as a football fan. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield is a good to borderline great quarterback. He's in a good situation in Tampa. You know, You know, from a co- competitive standpoint, Baker can go play in traffic. But from a football fan perspective, he's a good to great quarterback, and he's in a good situation. You know, um, yeah, oh yeah, and yeah, yeah on that. See, I stay in the boot, but I rock my Falcons hat every time I step out. Rise up, hey, like you're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this thing since '79. Grew up. I was growing up a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. My dad was a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Um, I became a Falcon fan when I discovered that there was a team here in Atlanta in 1978. You know, so I have seen the worst of the worst and the best of the best from June Jones to now. Okay, from Buddy Curry, Bobby Butler. You know what I'm saying? Alfred Jackson, Alfred Jenkins, Junior Miller, Lynn Kane, William Andrew. Yeah, yeah, from all of that to now. So, you know, it just, you know what I'm saying? I'm in there. Yeah, 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 yeah. So you understand, you understand, you know what I'm saying, where I'm coming from, you know. Um, but yeah, yesterday, just big picture wise, it happened. We got 14 games to go. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna, you know, be on suicide watch because of a 30-point blowout early in the year. I'm not gonna dismiss any of what happened in that 30-point blowout either. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I recognize the reality of where we at and what we are, and what our situation is. We're a relatively young team. We have a young offensive coordinator. We have a rookie quarterback. His sixth game as a professional football player, as a starting quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons. That is our reality. And Michael Penix Jr. looked exactly like a rookie quarterback on yesterday. That is the reality of a large part of what happened on yesterday. Zach Robinson looked like a rookie uh, 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 um, play caller, and whatever Homer Simpson did or didn't do did not help anything, especially to go away from the run game when we had chances to get back in this game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I I'm my mindset is hoping that this was a blip, although a painful blip, but it was a blip in the road, and we're able to bounce back on next week at home. You know, that's where my mind is. You know, I'm not here sitting on the edge of a 74-story building, you know what I'm saying, with a handful of Prozac and a bottle of liquor. And like the rest of these, you know what I'm saying, some people around on social media sound and look. I'm not denouncing my fandom. None of that. None of that. No. Do my team aggravate me sometimes? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't not gonna be out here jumping off the side of a building, or you know what I'm saying, jumping in front of a bus, or jumping in front of a truck, you know, or going out here buying, you know what I'm saying, another team's paraphernalia, because I may be mad or upset about something that may or may not happen that I like or don't like.
Yeah,
And
I'm
then
not denouncing my fandom either. I may I may denounce my expectations a little bit.
there is no more, not too much hard of a person. I I I have no illusions about my team. I know what my team is. I know what my team has been, and I also know what my team can be. You know, how what other way can I look at yesterday's debacle? As it happened. It happened. It happened. Week 3, yes, it happened. We have 14 more games to go in this season. The playoffs does not start today. We have 14 more chances to deal with all of that. And a lot of that it depends on Homer Simpson. And right now, sadly, he's making my prediction coming into this season look like it may come to fruition. I just hope the ship can get righted. You know, we got to find a way to keep our young quarterback comfortable. We got to find a way to, get the ball downfield. We got to find a way to consistently keep what we do best, and that is the run game, a part of the game. It it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Mucho, what you got for closeout?
Well, I feel like we can't lose no more division games, especially.
That goes without saying.
What they put us third right now, or at least
At all things standing, yes, we're third. We're third. ATL said, "Do y'all believe Raheem getting a pink slip after the bye week if he fucks it up?" Well, I've already said that. Me myself, honestly, I think if we lose either one of these two home games coming up, there will be a coaching change during the bye week.
do you think it's a loss period or is how we lose?
Both, both. I think it's both.
Mm.
Again, I'm not shying off from my prediction and my stance on Raheem Morris coming into this season. I mean, we're actually one game away. We're one more loss away from it being pink slip time for him, by my standpoint, by my stance on Homer Simpson. We're
Yeah.
one we're one loss away from that.
Yeah.
Because when you really look at it, everything that I said that would happen for it to take for him to be pink slip ready, it done happened. It done happened. Giving up, what I'm saying, 30 points, and he's already made, what I'm saying, some of the same mistakes he made during that 4-game losing streak. I'm sure another loss, and it's pink slip time. He said, right, personally, I can take a loss, but it's how we look this Panthers loss was a setback. Yeah, yeah. We jumped in a bucket of quicksand, and and we sunk.
Man, I went to the gym today. Man, what? How Panthers fan all of a sudden want to pop out now? I've been to the gym every day, every day. I ain't seen no Panthers fan, nobody saying nothing. Now everybody want to wear their Panthers gear and talking jump. Like,
Look, well.
where
See,
y'all come from?
look. Well, you think
They
about
came out of
something. You
hiding.
you 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 look at their first two games. Um, they stormed back to get in that game against Arizona and fell short. Honestly, that was some semblance of some kind of momentum, a little bit, and then
Mhm.
we came in this game and started this game really out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? We started this game, it looking like we were already panicked by the play calling. I don't honestly. A lot of people keep calling Zach's name, but I think this game had Raheem Morris' name written all over it, his fingerprints, his DNA all over it. No adjustments, none of that in no way, shape, form, or fashion. But look, it is what it happened.
It surely did happen.
It's I would take it better if we were playing a competitive Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
It was right. I live in Douglasville, Georgia, and never ever seen a rep of Panthers.
Like in some fashion, I could agree to that. Like, I mean, when you lose like that to a sorry team, it kind of hits different.
Well, there's what Mactown Tony. Uh, congrats. You know what I'm saying? On your win. It is what it is. You know. Um I even watching them in the off season, I even said that I felt like that Carolina did pretty good work with the moves and the
Yeah, I
picks
did
that they
too.
made,
I
you
agree with
know.
that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, yesterday's game had Raheem Morris's, greasy ass fingerprints all the fuck over it. To go away from the run game, and then like I said, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. And Michael Penix looked exactly like what he is, a rookie. This is his sixth game as a professional football player. He looked like a rookie, and there was no change in trying to accommodate, even with the communication devices issues. All right, you throw the wristband on him and let him go for broke or whatever he's comfortable with. That's what you should have done. You know, um, I mean, well, MacTown, we're gonna we'll see. You know what I'm saying, where y'all go from here. You know what I'm saying, the following weeks. I mean, you know, you know what I'm saying. We and looking forward to seeing y'all next time here.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, that was this pretty much that was all on my mind, man. On the mind. Um, you know what I'm saying. To me, some parts of overreaction. Um, you know, I'm just looking at the situation realistically. But hey, you know what I'm saying. You throw that tape away, you move on to the next week. You know what I'm saying. Uh, Leo said, "I hope y'all Panthers fans know y'all record in Atlanta's not." Oh, he said, "I know because we still got a lot of work to do." Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You celebrate it. You know what I'm saying. Then and you move on to the next week, and the same thing we got to do. We throw that tape away, and we going to get ready for Washington. You know, what I'm saying, and see we can right the ship. Grow or build the ship. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't know about throwing the tape away. They need to watch the tape and see
ain't
what
no
they
need
could.
in ain't no need in watching that shit. There's no need in watching that shit. Ain't no need in reminding yourself of that shit. Throw that damn tape away and you pull the tape box up, you know what I'm saying, of them damn commanders, you get ready for them. Ain't no need in watching that shit. Ain't no need in watching that shit. Atlanta says, I really hate that saying any given Sunday, but y'all stole one. I mean, well, it's a true saying, man. You know what I'm saying? It is. It's any given Sunday.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then like I tend to try to remind this fan base sometimes. Okay, this fan base sees that has the mindset a lot of times to not remember that our opponents, they get paid millions of dollars to play this game too. Their coaches get paid, you know what I'm saying, hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to coach, you know what I'm saying, to get their teams ready too. Okay. Those are professional players on the other side of that field from us.
that's true. Like
You know what I'm saying?
I was surprised Green Bay took the L
Hey, look, I'm just
to
saying,
the Bears. Bill,
shout out to the Cleveland Browns
right? Bill,
with the 56 yarder to win it walking away. Shit. Southside says these type of games you only watch once and it is nowhere to be found again. Facts. In this case, ain't no need in watching that shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are chips and clips of it all over Twitter, all over Facebook. What the hell we gonna do? What the hell we need to watch that shit for? You throw that shit away and you pull up the tape on the Commander's defense, okay, and you get to work. That's what need to be happening. That's what need to be going on right now. Okay. Anything else on your mind, Mucho, before we get up out of here?
just that I just hope we make the right adjustments and move forward from this and yeah, continue get on the right track. Yeah, that's
Right,
basically it.
right. Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Appreciate the subs. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button for me. Share me out. Tell a friend. Tell a fan. You know what I mean? Check out Miss White Network. Check out Mucho Grande. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that be, you know what I'm saying, a part of this panel, Big Ant, Young Knight, you know what I mean? And all the rest of the conglomerate, aka the Holy Alliance, you know. And look, I cannot express it any more than I already have. I appreciate you all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't work without you. I'm on this mission to get this thing to 500. You know what I'm saying? Off to a relatively good start. I'm hoping to be at least 400 by the end of the season. You know what I mean? So y'all keep tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are the originators tonight. I'll be back at y'all, you know what I'm saying, with OG Tuesday Tantrum tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you for tuning in for Young Knight. You know what I'm saying? For the Grande man next to me. You
Yes,
gotta
sir.
keep it A. You got to keep it dirty. Most nobly, you got to keep it real with yourself. Let your next choice be your best choice, man. We out.
East side.